Okay, so we got General Leang versus General Tao, but I can't build any units. So no units from the command center, supply center, barracks, war factory, or airfield. Supply trucks that spawn from supply centers are fair game, and rangers that spawn from destroyed US buildings are also considered fair game here. Alrighty, on with the battle. Now we got the ground rules out of the way. So going for that supply center. We only need the one truck here because since we're not building any units, it means that the spendages are going to be pretty minimal. Now, next up, I'm going straight for airfield next. So my strategy here was a little bit different to the Dozer Journey strategy that I would do as General Fei and General Kwai by sending it near the nuke cannons in the middle, and sending it to the nuclear missile that's off to the left, and then to the mountain where the resources and oil derrick are. Very different strategy here. So what we're doing is we're getting that airfield on the go, then we're going to go for war factory next. See, Ling's tech tree is different than the other generals, so you need a war factory and an airfield in order to actually build a super weapon. So you don't need any tech buildings, because the super weapons themselves also act as tech buildings when you have them built. So once we get the super weapons ready, we can get whatever upgrades we want from those. Now, why do we want the super weapons so soon? It's because we want to get to the propaganda center that Tao has. So the propaganda center is what is responsible for allowing Tao to build nuke cannons and overlords. So we want to try and take that out of the game as fast as possible. We don't want him building any of that. And because of that, we're going straight to a particle cannon. So as you can see on the timer in the top right corner, we're at 2 minutes 47 seconds. So it normally gets to about the 9 to 10 minute mark. That's when Tao starts building overlords and nuke cannons. So we want to try and get that particle cannon up as fast as possible, and we'll factor out, so we'll minus 4 minutes from we'll plus 4 minutes onto the timer, and that's when we're actually going to fire the particle cannon.
China has been generous.
Sorry for the delay, General. Just gathering my forces.
Let's take a look.
And yeah, noticing the power situation, needed to do that, otherwise we go offline.
Surrender.
Beautiful.
Do you want the bombing to continue?
And now we've got a particle cannon. Now looking at the timer, 3 minutes 52. You add 4 minutes to that, so that's 7 minutes 52. And that's much before the 9 to 10 minute mark that I was mentioning before. So it means that if we're quick enough, we remember when to use the particle cannon, we can get rid of that prop center, no more nuke cannons, no more overlords. We can move on and just deal with the other threats like the battle masters, tank hunters, and helixes, and red guards too, to a lesser extent. Yep, now that we got the barracks, we can actually build defenses. So yeah, with Ling, you need to have a barracks to build your base defenses. So for us, we're just going to have base defenses at the main base. We're not going to expand or anything like that, like we did in the Dozer Journey version of this challenge with Kwai and Fei. We're just going to compact it and see how we go.
Wow, 2 nukes. Oh, I am pleased.
We have big plans. Build orders complete, sir. Nice location. Building is complete.
More supplies for us. How are you funding your troops, General? Soon your base will glow like the sun.
As you can see, Tao is starting to send in some units. We have gotten a Gatling cannon, a couple of tunnels, and now we're getting a bunker on the go here. So tunnels is so we can fill up those bunkers with rocket troops, and that's going to be helpful against those Battle Masters and Helixes as well. The tunnels, I mean, that's decent anti-infantry. Gatling cannon's going to be good at anti-infantry and anti-air as well. So just going to keep busting out the tunnels. Also, those tunnels are going to be good if we need to get the dozer in there to protect him against the nuclear missiles that are going to be coming later on. I know that the first one we won't have to worry about because the first one always goes for the northern resources. That's why we haven't expanded and built anything there yet.
Soon we will control all of the resources.
But yeah, the trade-off is we don't have a lot in terms of resources here, and that's kind of my fault for not going for the oil derrick sooner. I could have potentially like maybe built an extra power plant and gotten a tunnel to destroy that, then used the Rangers to capture the oil derricks. That probably would have been a sound move. I probably had the time to do that, but that being said, we're not too tight on the cash. We can get by with what we got, and since we've got a particle cannon coming, we're going to be able to wipe out that prop center and do a lot of damage to General Tau.
I am unable to build there. Construction is complete. It will look real nice when it's done. I sense danger may be near. Building is complete.
Yep, so we remembered the particle cannon, so we're able to get a quick fire off on that prop center, and we're just going in a straight line, and we're going straight for his war factory. Now that's the cool thing about the particle cannon over the Scud Storm is the range. See, if I built a Scud Storm, I could have also been able to destroy the propaganda center without him busting out nuke cannons and overlords. Difference is I wouldn't have been able to destroy the war factory as well. So just like that, we did a two birds one stone sort of situation here, where we've taken away a good chunk of his attack force.
All forces, prepare for the next assault.
We will live in prosperity.
The end is near, General.
Build for China. That's a good choice.
Surrender! Or do you want the bombing to continue? Now, where did I put those launch codes?
Yep, so finally getting that capture upgrade. I noticed that we're doing pretty well defensively. We just need to improve on our financial situation. See, even though like we can get by with what we got, we do want to get the extra cash to bust out more super weapons. The more super weapons we get, the faster we can beat Tau, and the faster we can move on to the next challenge. So we've built up a power plant, and we're just going to use our bunker to destroy that power plant. That's going to give us 2 Rangers to work with. So those 2 Rangers are going to capture the oil derricks for us, and that's going to be our main source of income now, because we've just been getting by off 1 supply truck.
You are losing this war, General. A few more bombs and your base will fall.
Need a point, man? Army's elite.
How you expect to fight this, General?
We have their building.
General, you can have that oil derrick, but it will not help you stop me.
China has been
We have their building.
I build for China. China will grow larger. Construction
Oh,
will
so many soldiers, General. Do they all have their radiation suits on?
We will live in prosperity.
So here come the helixes now. So right now we've got one Gatling cannon and one Patriot that can defend that. Also the bunker as well if they get too close to the war factory and particle cannon too. And yeah, going for the other upgrades, I noticed that we're doing pretty well on cash now since we got those 2 oil derricks. And we are going to go for the 3rd one too. We are getting chased down by the Red Guard there. I decided let's take him out first before committing to capturing that oil derrick. And now we got another particle cannon. We did get rank 3 too. So going for level 2 artillery and the particle cannon. So with that, I was about to use the particle cannon on the war factory. I changed my mind though, because I know level 2 artillery can get rid of a war factory. So we used the particle cannon instead on the airfield, as well as one of his barracks. And the supply center as well. That can't hurt. And I did try and go for reactors too. So we did just take out 3 of his production buildings just like that. The only thing he's got left is 1 barracks. So that means we're going to be we're basically just going to be relying on Gatling cannon, tunnel networks to do the defending against the infantry. The bunkers and the Patriots aren't as needed now.
It looks like a nuclear winter this year, General.
The new chem suits have just arrived. Army's elite. Meet your new owner.
The end is near, General.
I build for China.
You cannot stand against my might, General.
Yep, so getting that dozer out of the way because the first nuke is coming. And yeah, as I said before, the first nuke is always going to go for your northern resources. I don't know if you could see the mouse movement there from me, but yeah, like I said, always northern resources every time. So now we're going to get some more power and we're going to start expanding to the right.
Ah, yes.
And yeah, I was about to, I was planning on building like some more super weapons at the time, but I thought, okay, well, let's build some tunnel networks to help defend ourselves before we commit to building another super weapon. Because yeah, I was going to build a Scudstorm, and the Scudstorm is the biggest super weapon out of the 3 here. And yeah, I was gonna go crazy with the money and get all 3 of the upgrades from the particle cannon, but I was like, no, don't go crazy just yet. We might need that cash for the next Scudstorm coming later on. See, with the upgrades in a no units challenge, there's only, you know, like 1 or 2 that you might need. The advanced training upgrade can come in handy for those ranges. As for the Scudstorm, you can get the rocket upgrade. That's going to help your rocket troops that are going to be inside the bunkers. So that'll increase their firepower by a little bit. The nuclear missile, I don't think there's really any upgrades that I would use from that.
You are losing this war,
Nah, probably
General.
nothing. I think it's just advanced training and the rockets.
Soon you will know the glory.
So from this point, we can just keep building Scudstorms. Scudstorms here, even though it is a 5-minute timer, it's the fact that it doesn't require any power to use them. That's what's the real selling point to using these over particle cannons.
Our particle cannon is ready, General.
Melt! Everything must
And yeah, just getting an extra tunnel to help defend ourselves just in case, because he still has that barracks, so he's still going to have some units coming after me. So get rid of the barracks, get rid of the radiation bunker, kill off some more reactors at the same time. Done deal, no problems there.
The glow! The wonderful glow! Can you not see it, General?
We have AP rockets now. Built for China.
And yeah, I was playing it kind of safe here with the next nuclear strike. I wanted to make sure the dozer was safe before we let him out again. So nuclear missile did hit the north, and yeah, if I was doing like dozer journey strategy, it would have hit my front lines, had that been the case. But no need to worry about that. We can keep making the Scud Storm, and then we can move on to the next stage of the game.
This year, General.
So yeah, next thing, command center. So command center can pose a threat because Tau can use artillery strikes on you, and the artillery strikes are cash value. So you want to make sure that your dozer is away from the most expensive things you got on the map. Now the artillery strike, with that, we're just weakening the command center, because if we want to do particle cannon or a Scud Storm in that section later, it means we will destroy the command center when we get the chance.
We have big plans.
This is only the beginning, General. The beginning of the end. No nukes? Who could think of such a thing?
Let's build.
Warning, a nuclear missile has been...
Soon your base will glow like the sun.
We will live in prosperity.
Eventually, someone must win the arms race. Or else, what is the point of racing, huh?
Is complete. A very good plan, General. China will grow larger. Construction a very good plan, General.
Guarding the GLA underground. Stay close to safety.
Let's build.
Warning, a nuclear missile has been launched.
Your weapons are no match for my power.
Again, I don't know if you could tell by the mouse movements, I knew where the nuclear missiles were coming, and I knew it was that double nuke as well. But yeah, no harm done, really. We can use our particle cannon and return fire, kill off those reactors, and hopefully we can shut him down very soon. Because he still has 5 nuclear missiles, which means that's 50 power that he's using up. And each of his reactors powers in by 18. So the more reactors we get rid of, the better here. Now, going with the Scud Storm, aiming at that command center, it is weak enough that we can destroy it. That'll also mean that there's going to be no more artillery strikes. The artillery strikes can be a threat if you just put your dozer in your in those expensive spots. But even if we did lose the dozer, we can kill off Tau by this point. We've got enough super weapons to do the job pretty easily here.
No, I won't lose command. I won't.
And, you know, these Rangers, we're just trying to kill some time before we get the next batch of super weapons ready. That's why we're playing around with the Rangers, and we're just trying to use those Rangers to flashbang the garrison buildings, get some general points as well, because we don't actually have rank 5 yet. So with rank 5 we could get Spectre gunship, we could, what else could we do with rank 5? We could do, I think, an EMP as well. That's another thing that we could do.
This year, General.
Ready for action. On the go.
Build orders complete, sir. China has been generous. China will grow larger.
Yep, so back to Scud Storms. Because we lost the War Factory, got to rebuild the War Factory to then build the super weapons again. And yeah, we got the attention of the nuke cannon there, and
Always prepared.
I was trying to lure the nuke cannon towards the Ranger, but it did also take damage from the radiation, which that is a plus. So I will definitely take that. So yeah, I'll use the artillery on that. And Scud Storm, I forgot about the particle cannon, and I didn't think the particle cannon actually destroyed the reactors, so that was a little bit of a waste of a Scud Storm. No big deal, we're still going to be able to destroy stuff with the artillery strike. And it is enough to put him offline. It just means that we've got to wait that little bit longer. That's all that is. And we don't even need the rank 5 at this point. We're going to have a Scud Storm coming in about 30 seconds. That's going to deal with, you know, other reactors on the map. And the other particle cannon is going to be ready soon. So we'll be able to finish them off really soon.
Rally point confirmed. Take a new position. Rally point confirmed.
Don't worry.
Yeah, really getting those Rangers to kill off that nuke cannon. We succeeded though.
Take a new position.
See, the nuke cannon was dumb and went through all of that radiation.
Rally point confirmed.
And yeah, again, we're trying to go for that garrison building.
Our Scud Storm has been launched.
Always prepared.
How you expect to fight this, General?
Yep, so my Rangers won that little battle. So had we gotten some general power planes, we could actually send those into Tau's base with only a little bit of resistance from everything else, but nothing too major. And yeah, I noticed he's still got something left. So we're looking around the map, what's he got left? He still has that. I completely forgot about that. And that is how I beat General Tau without building any units. So if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do have a playlist if you want to check out any more challenges like this that are much harder than this one. I'll see you next time.
We
Bye.
are victorious.
Another moment, and I would have reduced you to dust.